Hello, I hope you're keeping well. Today I'm going to talk you through a really quick and easy smoky eye using a cream eyeshadow. So I would love, if you've got one, to go and grab a cream eyeshadow and do this with me. I'm going to be using a Trini London Queen shade. It's kind of like a taupey, antiqued kind of colour. And I just really want to talk you through a few techniques for getting the most out of your creams. So first of all, I'm going to use a mixture of my hands and brushes for this. My hands are freshly washed and I'm going in with a few synthetic brushes. These two are from Real Techniques. With creams, you're always best using a synthetic brush because it just picks up the product in a better way. So first of all, I'm going to take my ring finger and start packing this onto the lid. If you can hear anything in the background, that is my dad on the phone. I literally said to him, can you please give me 10 minutes? I'm going to make this video and then I'll be out to talk to you. So naturally, this is the time he's chosen to make a load of phone calls at the top of his lungs that are not remotely urgent because I can hear them. I mean, what is he like? Okay, I'm literally patting that on. It doesn't have to be really neat, and the reason I'm using my ring finger is because that applies the least pressure. So you are the least likely to make any mistakes when you're going in with that ring finger. Now it's a gorgeous sunny day today, which is obviously lovely, but it means that I'm struggling to show you what's going on here. So I might readjust the mirror in a moment to make sure you can really see. Okay, I've packed that on. I've got a little tissue to hand to just keep wiping off any excess. It's not neat, as you can see. And I'm literally going to take a clean synthetic brush and buff the edge of that really softly. Now, you may find with creams that means it's buffed so much that you almost look at it and think, where is it gone? That's okay, because I want that socket to be really soft and buff for you. I'm going to do a mixture of keep buffing out and keep packing back on. And the result should hopefully be that we've got a lovely creamy colour right up to the line and crease of that eye that gently blends out into nothing. So again, wiping on here, buffing that edge. And I'm going to keep repeating that. Can you hear him on the phone? I actually can't hear myself think. He has not made one phone call all morning. He's been sat quietly, watching the TV, watching a bit of YouTube. But no, the minute we're actually, heaven forbid, having 10 minutes where we could do with a bit of quiet is time for it all to go on. Okay, I'm going in one last time to build that. In fairness, you wouldn't need to take as much time as this. You could be a lot quicker, but as we're all indoors at the moment, I'm going to just take my time because I'm not exactly in too much of a rush. Okay, I'm going in with a smaller synthetic brush. This one's from Peaches, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit more of this. And now I'm going to take some under this lash line. Now, a great option for under the lash line is a cream shadow, because I feel like as they wear, they just go quite smudgy and nice and you can't really see any harsh lines, but also you avoid the risk, say like today I've already got all of my complexion on, you avoid the risk of any drop down. So always very handy to have these creams. I'm using this particular one today. You can use any cream. And the sticks I find really, really handy. The Laura Mercier Caviar sticks are incredible. The Bobbi Brown sticks are incredible. Any little fluffy stick, I'm looking at this brush, any little creamy stick that you can get your hands on, this will work perfectly with from any brand. Okay, now I'm just going to add a few touches to this. I'm going to use a bit of MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish to highlight this brow bone and the inner corner. And what I am going to do, to be honest with you, is sometimes with creams, as much as it's so lovely that they just blend on in that effortless way and look nice and smudgy and sexy, I also like to seal them in with a powder something or another so that they don't move. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of liner on. I've got a Gillian Dempsey Rich Brown Kohl here. I'm just going to line, and then I'm going to press a little bit of loose pigment over this cream. And that way, I think it'll prevent it from setting into any lines, smudging, running away on me. But the main thing I really wanted you to get an idea of is that you can keep going in, pat on with your finger buff, pat on with your finger buff, and just keep doing that, and it'll all work out really well. So sometimes a tiny bit of patience and just repeating yourself to the point where it feels a bit annoying is actually going to be the thing to really seal the deal. So I've picked Peaches Pigment in Hoochie, which is a similar colour to that. And I'm just going to pick some up on a synthetic brush again. Pat off the excess on the back of my hand, because if you can see there, I've picked up loads accidentally, which I don't want. I want a nice, gentle press of colour. Can you see what I'm doing there? Yeah. Pressing that in. If you've got any slight little fine lines like me, just make sure you're really stretching that lid and getting into every crevice of that eye. Then I'll pick up some more of this excess and just press that on. Again, I'm kind of going up to that line of the eye and no further, so that I've got that soft blended edge that isn't gonna spill. And I'm just, with that brush, just gonna pick up a little bit of that excess and make sure that that's a seamless blend. Perfect. Now, throw a bit of mascara on, and then I am ready to sit in the house and wait for someone to ring me on a house party. Now, a little tip that I said in yesterday's video that I would really consistently remind you of. With your eyes, just an extra little dose of mascara than you would usually do can be the difference to making it look really, really polished. So when you think you've put enough mascara on, a little bit more never hurt anybody. And that can often be the thing that like picks up in your photos or just really pulls the whole look together. What else would you like to see a tutorial on, by the way? I've had a number of requests for makeup for hooded eyelid kind of shape, which I'm definitely going to share some suggestions of, but I'd really prefer to show you on somebody with that eye shape so you've got a better idea. I get a lot of messages about that particular eye shape actually, and I think there's so many lovely tips you can use to just really emphasise the features. I think that also one of the people I'd recommend you have a look at is Sam Chapman. Again, I'm preaching to the choir here. I'm sure you all love Sam as much as me already, but she actually has like a whole highlight section dedicated to all of the most beautiful people with hooded eyes, and she really talks about it quite a lot. So she's got a lot of quite specific suggestions for that. But anyway, there's your creams. So few top tips is pack on with your ring finger because it's going to apply the least pressure. Keep packing on, buff out the edge using a synthetic brush. Seal it in with something of a similar colour so it's not going to move for the day. And then you've got the benefits of the lovely soft creamy diffused finish, but also that is going to be locked in and not going to move. But I hope you enjoyed, and keep the suggestions coming, and I'll come back with another one tomorrow. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.